Welcome back, everyone, to the Monster Energy Dota Summit 13 online. We've got game number 2 of Team Spirits versus Infamous Gaming. Infamous Gaming, a little bit of an interesting match, to be very honest. It definitely felt like they weren't taking full advantage of the heroes that they had, I guess, for lack of a better word. I felt like, Pakaz could have been a little bit more active, pushing out the lanes instead of farming the jungle. And there were a couple times where the team fights went very, very well for them, but then they didn't go for any objective afterwards. So, it'll be interesting to watch. Spirits, they started off pretty strong. Mini looked very, very good on his Doom, but unfortunately, they just lost that little bit of momentum, and the anti-mage came online. But I'm joined with the wonderful Neph Sensei as my co-broadcaster, and we've got Pythian running our production. So, Neph, what do you think we're going to see this time around?
Not what we saw last time. Infamous this time they banned out the Spectre. I guess they figure, Spirits, they did a decent job with it. I would somewhat agree with that assessment. I know one thing I didn't really like about what they did in the last game was they picked up the Aghanim Scepter right away on the Spectre, and they couldn't find the anti-mage anyway. And that would have been the one big reason for them to do that. Be able to target him with that spell, get on top of him with a Doom, a Duel, Bane ultimate, but unfortunately it just didn't pan out for them. This game, I think they'd go for something completely different. Phoenix still is in the pool, and they open with a Treant Protector, in fact, so they would buy them a little bit more time if they decide to go for an aggressive lineup like Anti-Mage again. They spent a lot of time whittling down the towers, but not taking them extremely quickly, just moving back to the jungle and whatnot. We'll see how Infamous responds here, though. They might want to grab the Phoenix for themselves if Treant Protector is picked up and Phoenix is still in the pool.
Do you think they're worried about it, though, since they first picked up the Mirana? I feel like that's usually, it's not the best response, just because Snapfire, I feel like, is just absolutely a Phoenix counter. But with the Mirana pickup, I feel like that's them saying, go on, pick the Phoenix. We don't care.
I mean, when you have Overgrow to worry about, when you can use that spell, your leaps mean nothing, I feel. I think you're still worried about it. They're probably thinking about getting the denial pick here, in fact.
No, they're leaning full on into it, and I like it. I like it. They're saying, all right, you're going to try to pick up a Phoenix? We're going to Bloodlust. We're going to have, our Mirana be leaping if she can. And then, you know what? I'm sure we'll see something like an Invoker with an Alacrity. Just full on nonsense. But yeah, they go for the big chonky boy here, Ogre Magi. He's going to be able to buff up his teammates.
Mm-hmm. I'm not crazy about it. On one hand, I like Ogre because he reminds me of a young Neph. On the other hand, I would have liked to see a different hero picked up this early. I mean, it's not going to be that contested of a pick. I mean, sure, the enemy isn't going to counter pick it. They're not going to ban it out. The Blast is going to counter out a Phoenix. No, I hate this so much. So much of the intro to my thought process when I hear, I'm just going to go. All right, this is done. It's over. I'm calling it right now. Infamous is winning. I hate it when Drow Ranger is picked up this quickly, Moxxi. There are too many heroes in Dota that counter it out. And yes, you opened up with the Spectre ban. That's one of your bans out of the way. But even if you have 4 bans that counter the Drow Ranger, even though you have 4 bans that counter the Drow Ranger on Spirits, it's not enough. And you banned out Vengeful Spirit as well, somebody who likes working with the Drow Ranger. So, I hate this here. In fact, they're so confident they banned out the Legion Commander too for themselves. Another hero that's happy to jump on them in the backline. I'm not sure how Spirits wins this game. They're going to have one hell of a practice Drow lineup in order to close this out. One of the only teams that I think has really been able to run this properly is Secret, and they tend to pick up the Drow Ranger much later in their drafts.
I have to say, Quincy Crew did a good job with it the other day when UR was playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I just kind of let you go there because I knew you were gonna go off on your I hate this rant. It doesn't make a lot of sense picking up this early. Definitely, I agree with that. There's just way too many counters that are available still. You know exactly what they're going to be trying to do. It's got to be kind of like the aha surprise pick, kind of like a Broodmother at the very, very end. Gotcha. You can't pick it up this early.
Yeah, they're trying to ban out everything in response to it. They get rid of the PL, who's able to just doppelganger on top of Drow Ranger constantly, doesn't have to worry about science because the Manta Style is a natural pickup for him. This Fennec Storm bolts on top of him, but you do have the Faceless Void and whatnot still. So too many things to counter out the Drow Ranger, like we were saying, and I don't hate it completely. I
You
think if
sound like you hate it completely, to be
it
quite
sounds like
honest.
no, I don't want my Brussels sprouts. I don't want my Drow Ranger. But if you last pick it or second last pick it when the enemies only have one or two, yeah, just like one pick left or two picks left to counter it, or their safe lane carry is already revealed, it's not as bad. But at this phase, they've revealed nothing from their draft on Infamous.
Doing this living armor only does so much, Benny. This is not looking good for you. Couple more clicks should be able to do the trick, and they'll take down the Drow Ranger. And you absolutely cannot leave a Drow Ranger alone against the Timbersaw, just period. So, a little surprised that even happened, honestly.
Yeah, it looks like Pepita agrees a bit more with what you were talking about, more so than me, though. I mean, you mentioned in the drafting phase, the Timber Chain to close the gap against some of these heroes could be really good here. In fact, you put 2 points in it instead of just one, which is a little bit weird to me. But you can't argue with it if it's working, right?
Nope. If it gets results, it gets results.
Exactly. And that's all that matters to me. I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong and dumb and that Moxxi should have my job.
I don't want your job. Stop trying to give me your job, dude. I like what I do. I'm very lucky. So, making his way over, does spot out Ma here. So, they'll throw out that Fire Blast, but it'll be absolutely fine. They just sidestep Blood Right, followed up with that Living Armor. Over in the bottom lane. Excel turns back around over here onto Ma, but in the bottom lane, they do finally manage to take down Pepita because they have a rotation come out from Mini, but Mini also going to perish for this. KXY looking. Oh man, everyone's just dying in all the lanes here. Hane takes down Excel. Akaz gets Ma. We're gonna lose Benny down here, it's looking like, and that is not what you want to see. Although Nuages is here, he's going to try to body block just a little bit. They've got to chew through that living armor. They managed to do it, and it looks like Nuages, he's just respawned. He's already dead. It's a triple kill now for Faker.
Things are coming up for him now. The build coming online after not maxing out that Light Strike Ray means he gets to do tons of nuke damage with the Dragon Slave. In the top lane, Poxes, he was running away from the Bloodseeker while all that was happening. He actually just went full attribute shift into strength as he teleported to his own tower, and of course shifts to agility, then back to strength to heal himself. That was the only thing that was missed over there, but non-stop action coming out this game so far.
I love it. I love to see just an absolute bloodbath. Makes it a lot more fun for us to cast and a lot more fun for the viewers.
You love to see it. Benny, he's getting close to level 6. Now, at that point, you might want to put him up against... I think you might want to put him against the Morphling, but on the other hand... Oh.
Yeah, top lane, Excel gets shackled up again. Big chonky boy, but Kaz's courier does get taken down while this is happening, so... It's gonna slow him down just a little bit. Anyways, everyone's just kind of wandering back off, farming up. Like you said, Benny down here has got the living armor. Benoit is sitting so very low. I wonder what happened to him that he's sitting that far down. But KXY finding himself an arcane rune. Gonna be very happy about that. Pops a clarity to boot. And just gonna continue farming up and working on that. Yules, while Pikas gets taken down by Mini in the top lane.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we see a pause after. That is not a BM pause, is it? Certainly not.
Discord looks like it. Well, they just lost the treant, so I'm guessing somebody is having a little bit of difficulties. I mean, you can never tell sometimes with these SANA teams. Sometimes they get a little cheeky. Let's be really honest here. Sometimes, you see them at the end of the game, they drop their items, they break them. But in this case, I really do believe that we're having a connection issue.
I'm curious as to when the Morphling's farm is just going to pop off. He didn't have boots for a pretty long time there. When he did die, he had wand and whatnot ready. It looks like they just blew him up with the toss avalanche combo out of nowhere. Of course, 100 to zeroing him. It did 600, or sorry, 180, 180, 105. Yeah, he did like almost 800 damage to him instantly with that toss avalanche combo.
Uh-oh. Excel, he's a chonky boy, but when he gets shackled up with the Avatos too, he's not going to be able to survive this. Meanwhile, Pepita's just cutting down all the trees here, and they'll be able to collect themselves a kill on Nuages and take down this mid tower, most likely.
Taking advantage of the fact that Tiny did rotate out. I mean, this is one of the things that Tiny does do well. The huge burst damage at early levels. Avalanche doing tons of damage, but Now, the moment you leave KXY, he's going to abuse his Fiery Soul and his attack speed. And with you here to tank the tower, even with Treant Protector helping you out, there's nothing you can do. So losing that at this point in the game does not feel good when you have a Treant Protector draft.
I mean, they really kind of planned well for this too. Their draft evolved as they went in because you've got the Mirana who's got the attack speed bonus, you've got Alina who's gonna have Fiery Soul stacks, you've got the Bloodlust that can be placed down on all of them, plus, you know, Pikasa's gonna be doing so much damage eventually. It just, they chew through the buildings too fast with this living armor. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. When you get 100 to 0 them, it's definitely an issue. Because they're trying to run him down. I'm not sure that you have the kill potential in these heroes. At the moment the Shackles comes out, he's just going to start shifting into strength, and you guys aren't going to be able to do it. His TP is on cooldown for another couple of seconds, but they turn their eyes bottom lane. They move 3 heroes down here. A 10-minute mark hits. That means bounty runes are spawning, power runes, and catapults. Catapult is when... They're gonna grab this bottom tower right now, in fact, on Infamous. So they're just taking total map control. This is before the catapult even gets here, in fact.
Uh-oh. Because running into Mini here turns himself into his own Tiny, and that Avatos is actually just so devastating, but not quite enough damage to take down the OG Tiny, so play around with each other over here a little bit. Forward, he thinks about it.
Wants to toss Avalanche combo him back for earlier. But
has to be careful though, there's quite a few heroes of the Radiant over on the side.
Yeah.
Us can't afford to be too cheeky.
He's more of his own cooldown now as well. In fact, he's just gonna have to sit at the bottom of this hill. There's no way he walks up to that into Mini.
No way indeed.
This is one thing that feels a little bit bad, you know, in the bottom lane. You have the catapult with you as you would Timbersaw, you know, trying to split push and do a little bit of damage, but all that you do, you're not going to be able to take in one push with the Timbersaw, and that, of course, means that Treant Protector, he's going to heal it back up.
A little bit of a hunt going on over here as well, as they'll find themselves the Drow Ranger right into the Arrow Laguna Blade, and this is what I was talking about, Neph. This is why it's just too difficult to run this Drow Ranger so early here. Look at this Hane dropping down that blood, right? They still have vision over here on the side, but they'll pop the Manta. And they'll use the Rupture over on Faker, but he doesn't really seem to care. Michael getting another kill, toss up Avatos. Are they going to be able to keep... Oh, no, this is not looking good for Faker. He's shackled up, so he does go down here, but they do manage to go and collect over onto Mob, and he's going to be next, as he just can't withstand the amount of damage being dumped out on him.
Just like that, all of your heroes dropping. And when you're trying to play such an aggressive lineup like this against the Morphling draft on Infamous, it sucks to lose all those heroes so quickly. And they continue to shove out all these lanes. You know, bottom lane, Uwage's, all he can really do is, like you were talking about, shove out to the lanes with the Nature's Grasp. Isn't really contributing too much to his team. Just has boots of speed in a Ring of Basilius. He probably feels kind of helpless right now, and he can't protect his towers either.
Tree, that's all he is. Just a big old tree. Top lane making some moves over here on Hane. Living armor again coming out, but it doesn't seem to be doing enough because it feels like he's just gonna get blown up here by Picaz. And they do manage to go get the shackle off. Excel doing the best that he can, trying to protect him, but they have a Timbersaw nearby, so Mob forced to use the Wind Run. And the force to use this ultimate very, very defensively. Mini joining in the fight, but they're just all over the place here. Cell taking a bit of damage from that avalanche over on the back lines, though. Again, Benny, is he going to be able to survive this fake or just doing too much damage? And even though Picaz looks like he wanted that kill, he's not going to be able to get it because they're just hitting too fast and too hard. Benny now alive, does manage to get the kill onto Excel, but the rest of the squad is here. Picaz even turning himself into his own Drow Ranger, hoping maybe they could get some frost arrows off or whatnot, but he's really making them work for this right now. Wavefront forward, and they have everything they need to close the gap here. Toss up, toss back, and down goes Mini.
Oh, Hane, he's walking forward. He's trying to slow down this push however he can. You know, the Blood Red is an amazing spell for that one. It was interesting, though, because he's not giving him any chance to get the counter kill on him as he jumped on him there. The moment he got very close to Tiny, he just started shifting back to strength, and then, of course, back to agility again. But all of these fights are going the way of Infamous right now, and you should be winning at least the early game engagements, given the fact that you picked up this Tiny for the burst damage. You have the Wind Ranger, you have Treant Protector, and Bloodseeker. But you're not. Infamous. Their aggression is just insane. You continue to lose towers. You protected the top one, but you know, at the cost of another 2K net worth going the way of Infamous. Right now, Dota Plus protecting an 88% win rate for the Dire. And this is just at 14 minutes in the game, Moxxi.
I mean, it's just so difficult for them to get anything done right now. You've got your position 5 that's literally, like we said, he's just a tree. He doesn't have much more that he can really offer. He's forced to use his overgrowth very defensively. And then you look at the cooldowns that they have over here on the side of Infamous. This is a crappy team. They can constantly fight you, and they've gotten enough ways to be able to disengage and then jump back on in again.
I just, for some reason, thinking of, you know, if this game is a school play and Iwagi's was assigned to tree number 4 as his part in the play. As you said, he's just a tree, and what he can do is super limited. He needs a Blink Dagger or something to be able to contribute to the fights and get the overgrowth off, but there is no way he finds that kind of gold.
Especially when the rest of his team is feeling a little bit behind, and they need all the gold on the map.
Yeah. A Meteor Hammer would do wonders for him as well. Like, if he could shove out lanes and, I guess, farm with a Meteor Hammer, push towers with the Meteor Hammer himself. But, again, he needs to be part of these fights, but you know, he's got no points in Leech Seed. He's just living armor in Nature's Grasp, and that's not so great at taking team fights, especially when you're able to dodge around the Nature's Grasp like Morphling and Timbersaw can do. I mean, Rana can just leap over it as well. Ooh, like baby chain.
I would like to point out the fact that Faker did indeed go for the Blink Dagger, as I expected. Oh, he actually goes a little bit too far. Turns back around, sees Zenny, Laguna Blade, and everything thrown out over here. Able to get the Rupture off. The Yules, though, buys a little bit more time here for Faker. Drops the LSA. Gonna go, just walk away. Again, the Blink Dagger up and running over the back lines. They managed to take down Nuage's Hang. Now all left alone here. Turn around. Looks like they still got his number, but they'll chase over to the back line. Take down Mom. Mini is gonna be able to find himself a kill here. He does manage to finally take down Pepita, but he's a fall for himself, so only Hane left, and I don't know what he can hope to do. Oh my god, Pakaz, have mercy! Just runs on and turns himself into a Tiny. They've got an arrow, they've got a toss, and that's a dead Bloodseeker.
You know, I would say, oh man, look how well Infamous played that fight. But the one thing that was, all of them went into that fight with no detection on spirits. Just getting overwhelmed this game, and I think it's getting to their heads a little bit. They're fighting them around without sentries, without dust. That feels really bad. You were super out of position there on Faker, and you couldn't bring him down because of Moonlight Shadow saved him after the Yules.
I mean, they do have detection over on the Wind Ranger.
Now they do. They didn't in that last fight.
Oh, they did in the last fight. Okay. Well, she's learned her lesson, and she's bought detection. So, you know, learning from every little mistake. Always very good.
Mm-hmm. Live and learn.
So. Oh, Faker. He smells blood in the water. But he's already just hiding in the tree line here. Can't TP out, so he's very lucky that they just deem him not worthy of being able to chase after.
Yeah, I would say, hey, you know, go for it. Go split push. Oh my god, they know
find him. Because...
Oh, he's cut the tree down too, so they know he's gonna be this way, man. Come on, this is one of the classics. They run this way under the tower, or where the tower was before. You gotta get him.
He's showing on the creep wave. Oh, when he blinks back into them! Mini, hello? Oh dear. Oh dear. The blink. That arrow would have come right in there perfectly, but, you know, Faker wanted to show off a little. Wanted to style. Pain, and I'm not sure why the treant's still up here. There's no trees here, my friend.
Save a friend syndrome or something like that. This guy should be getting detection as well.
Benny fighting off with Pepita. They do have quite a few teleports coming in, though. Gonna get silenced up, but he can just TP away. They don't have anything to cancel it out because Maul's not here yet. While this goes on, they find Nuage's. I'm not sure, again, why he's still up there, but...
He wants the Nature's Grasp out the creep wave, you know. And tier 1 isn't the place to do it, and you're only level 8 right now, so you don't have the Nature's Guy's invisibility.
Oh my god, he's only level 8?
Don't make fun of him.
No,
Come
I'm not
on.
making fun of him. I'm saying, like, that's
This is
so hard to play this game when you're
this is
that under-leveled.
yeah, I mean, this is a very rough scenario to be in. The guy's having a rough enough time. Please, no
Yeah.
bully.
No, no, no. No bully. No bully. Sometimes these games are like that. Lena almost taken down here and eventually does get focused down with the multi-shot. So they use the Moonlight Shadow and they do have the detection this time, so Excel is going to go down as well.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Pakaz? Okay, never mind. Pakaz is leaving to farm again.
I understand. Oh, yeah. I saw that. I heard the avalanche, but that was nothing really. I understand your surprise, but like his lack of level 10, it feels like he can't hard to commit onto one thing he wants to do. You know, if he's shoving out one lane with Nature's Grasp, I think that's fine. You know, maybe switch things up. Let Train Protector play like position 4, the priority farmer, until he gets himself a Blink Dagger or Meteor Hammer, so we can have an impact in these fights. Because you know, at the moment you aren't winning them. I think he is somebody who's able to farm. He can't get picked off by the enemies. And he's not able to exist inside these team fights yet himself. I think, you know, even though he's playing position 5, you can sit back and you can let him farm right now.
Hunted down by Michael.
But
It's only the Mirana. They don't quite have enough damage. They are on the hunt though for Pakaz instead. He's already dipping. He says, I feel like there are not enough heroes on this map, and I don't have any vision, so I'm going to play this very, very carefully. And indeed, Hayne showing himself proves he made the right decision.
Did they buy the tome to the Treant Protector? Who'd they give it to? Is he picked up yet?
No.
I missed that one. I should have been watching. I think it going on to him would have been the play.
Yeah, I think
Is it on the courier? No. What? There's nothing on the courier. It's just flying out to him for some reason. To the secret shop, he's probably grabbing a Meteor Hammer or something, so he's gonna get like ring protection or void stone from it probably. No, he just sends the courier back to basic. And all right, I have no idea what I'm talking about. They're smoked up. They're looking for blood.
I don't know if they're going to be able to find it, though. Michael has the TP available. Oh, never mind. If he walks right in like that, that's a dead Michael for sure. Tries to block the vision with the GG branch, and he's buying himself enough time, but he walks right into Hayne, who will happily take that kill.
So they managed to find something, but you know, I don't think they care too much about him going down. In fact, I think that's the hero they cared least about going down outside a team fight. You know, Excel does have less net worth, but you know he's the bloodlust machine. You can't have him dying. How's Pox is going to find his farm?
Exactly. Ida taking a lot of harass over here, but they managed to get the kill on Mini because Kaz has become very big, very scary. And they're chasing after him all. They managed to go. They get the stun off. That's going to be a dead Wind Ranger. And Benny's very lucky right now. He's still alive on the back lines, though. Oh, the Laguna is just coming in hot. Plus that Ethereal Blade. Too good. Just feeling like Infamous has got their groove back, so to speak. Benny's got to run. Oh, he turned back around. Oh no, I don't know if that was a misclick or not. Luckily, not enough mana to be able to go and get the LSA off, but Kaz, man, fighting here on Nuages. Now hiding in the tree line here. Does not have... Okay, they know exactly where Benny is. I'm not sure that was the play. Guess they were going to be hunting for him one way or the other. And the blink out here from Melina, living armor doing a decent amount, but not enough, obviously, to keep him alive. They turn back around. They've got their eyes over here on the Nuages. And Pepita's just a yo-yo of death right now. Does manage to get shackled up, though. So we'll see some more of the teleports coming out, but they need a lot of burst damage to take him down. He's so very, very tanky. Hayne joining in. They've got the Lotus Orb, and Pakaz just dodging in and out all over the place. Arrow comes in, connects over onto Mon. They blow her up. As they still see Mini, they want this kill. Pakaz is godlike right now. Oh, again, right on into it. LSA, the lead forward. Big ol' Bloodright gets dropped. Not enough to take it down, and the GG does get called. Infamous Gaming gonna take this series 2-0.
23-minute victory, and it felt too hard for them to be able to take team fights. And the game going forward, I don't think it got any easier. Again, it felt like a couple fundamental drafting issues on the side of Spirits. You know, you had the Drow Ranger, which is very easy for them to get on top of. The Timbersaw was like a pretty good counter to what they had going on there. They just constantly ran at the Drow Ranger. The Treant wasn't able to do anything to the Timbersaw, and of course, in the mid lane, got kill after kill on the tiny. When you have that huge outrange and you're playing as a hero with zero armor, even though you didn't go the light trick ray at level 1, it was just too easy to click him down there, and you started losing towers right away, which kind of defeated the purpose of picking up the Treant Protector. Normally, you want to be able to hold that map control and shove out lanes, and you just weren't able to do that this game on Spirits.
I think they just had too much attack speed coming out too. Like you see the nature's what is it? Gosh, I'm blanking right now. Tree and Protector, like you
Nature's
see
Grasp.
the living armor. No, the
Oh
living
yeah.
armor is what I meant to say. I keep thinking Nature's Prophet because we've seen so much Nature's Prophet. But you see like the living armor come out, and yeah, it looks nice, but if they can out damage it, if they do it fast enough, it doesn't matter. And they definitely had the solutions to deal with it. And then you would see it, being placed on a hero. It didn't really matter either. They just had way too much attack speed and just got too powerful, especially once Pakaz reached that critical point of picking up the ethereal blade. There's nothing that they could do.
Mhm. But like you said, Infamous looking in good form again. There were a couple mistakes with Spirits, but Faker, he looked really good this game. In the end, there, him just continuing to initiate with no mana, showing what kind of confidence he had in his team, and playing super far forward. You love to see it. So good form again in Infamous, and I guess that's the first series down. What do we got next, Moxie? Break it down for us.
I will break it down for you, and I will tell you that the next game coming up is going to have a lot of excited fans because we have Quincy Crew, the Kings of the Americas, and they're going to be fighting off with Beast Coast. And I know that we're going to see some Beast Coast fans in that chat. I know we're going to see Quincy Crew fans, and it should be an absolute bloodbath. So I'm looking forward to it. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have Quincy Crew versus Beast Coast.